All right. From here, we start the speaking test. This is the speaking mock test of the International English Language Testing System taking place on the IELTS-Banke channel. The candidate is Chika Odiri. The candidate number is 01022504. The examiner is Banke with examination number F020425. Good afternoon. My name is Banke. What's your name?
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Chikodri Okwama.
So what do I call you?
Ruth. You can call me Ruth.
All right, Ruth. So we are starting the first section of the speaking test. Tell me about yourself.
My name is Ruth. As I said before, I have 3 children married. My husband's name is Mr. Tim Okwama. I was born in a place called Amazon, Umuhu, in the local government area. I went to University of Nigeria and Soka. I studied geography education. I currently teach in the Corona School. I teach geography. I live in Satellite Town, Lagos. That's all.
What kinds of bills do you have to pay? What kinds of bills do you have to pay?
Okay, the kinds of bills I pay include school fees bill, house rent, utility bills, transport, and those are the bills I pay.
How do you usually pay your bills? In cash or by another method? How do you usually pay your bills? In cash or by another method?
Okay, for the school fees, I pay in cash, walking to the school, and then paying it through the cashier of the school for the children. For the utility bills, I transfer money to the NEPA bill. For transport, I have Cowrie card. Cowrie card is owned by Lagos State transport system called BRT. So I just load my Cowrie card in the spot where I'm about boarding the vehicle and then pay my bill.
Why do you use methods? Why do you use those methods?
Yeah, I use it. I'm not the one that decided to use it, but it's because the people that the receiver wanted me to pay through those methods. So they wouldn't want you to be by cash. That's how their system is. For example, the school one, they want you to come in and pay it by cash. Then the BRT, just to reduce crowd, they had to prepare a card called Cowrie card for one to use and pay by ease. And then
have you ever forgotten to pay a bill? Have you ever forgotten to pay a bill?
No, I've not, but I have delayed in paying, but I've not forgotten to pay a bill.
Is there anything you could do to make your bills cheaper? Is there anything you could do to make your bills cheaper?
Yes, there are things I could do to make my bills cheaper. For example, for the BRT Cowrie card, there's an opportunity of paying at one, maybe paying maybe yearly. There could be discount for paying yearly. If you do that, and then you will not pay exorbitant price. For the NEPA bill, if you could pay for NEPA bill, I don't think there's any way I could pay it cheaper. But for school fees, if I pay for a section, that could be there could be some discount for paying for a whole section instead of paying termly.
All right.
That's
We'll move on to section 2, and I have sent the question to you. You can check your WhatsApp. You will see the question there. You are going to have 1 minute to think about your answers before you start speaking. Do you understand? I will give you 1 minute.
Yes, ma'am.
To check the question and think about your answer. Your 1 minute starts now. So you can jot down on a piece of paper. All right, time up. You can now start speaking. You have 2 minutes to speak. Go on.
So the soup I have learned to prepare is called afan soup. Afan soup, I learned it through a friend in a church, through a sister. It was a program organized by a church where the elderly sisters wanted to teach the younger ones how to prepare different dishes in Nigeria. So when she brought the condiment, and she started uh, she started by telling us the names of the condiments, and then she started showing us. She showed us the different steps. What can do? For example, she brought afang, she brought water leaf, meat, snail, periwinkle, and all, and then she sauced it and was showing us step by step how we can prepare them. For example, into the water, sauce your meat, put afang, crayfish or the board, put it also, you put the water leaf first, and then you put the afang last, and then the palm oil. Then it was so beautiful at the end because from there I was able to learn how to prepare afang soup, and I'm glad I did because I also have also produced it to my family, or prepared it in my family, and we all enjoyed it. Thank you. This is serious matter.
Excuse me. So now
This is serious matter.
we move to section 3. Okay, so talking about the foods you like to eat. We are now in section 3. What kinds of things can children learn to cook? What kinds of things can children learn to cook? And please pick up a little more.
Okay, so the things that children learn to cook, some of the food that children would like to learn to cook easily, the food that they like so much. For example, they like eating indomie. So, and it's very easy for them to prepare it because it doesn't require rigorous method in preparing it. So they just get the indomie. It's faster, especially when they are hungry after school. and they want to eat something. So you just get Indomie, pour inside water, put on the condiment, and 1 minute is done, and they are good to go. So I think those are the kind of food. Other ones could be things like rice, jollof rice, because it does not require too much or rigorous method in preparing it. So jollof rice is another thing that they like to eat. It's a staple food for them. So those are the few food I
Think
think
it is
they easily want to,
important
and it's
for
faster.
children to learn to cook? Do you think it is important for children to learn to cook?
Yes, it is important for children to learn to cook. The reason why I say so is because sometimes mommy or daddy or any elderly person may not be there available for them. So they could cook all this food that will not take a long time to to get prepared. Especially
Think,
if mommy had already shown.
do you think young
Yeah,
people should learn to cook at home or at school? Do you think young
you
people
should,
should
yeah.
learn to cook at home or at school?
I think they should learn to cook more from the home than in the school. Home because the mother is always available to coach them from, coach them, the, teach them homemaking. One of the ways of teaching them homemaking is teaching them how to prepare food. So they know how to make this simple food and all. Even though they will still learn in school, especially when they are offering things like home economics, they learn all those things also in school. So I think it's more important at home because the time you do that at home, it also creates bond between you and your children. It creates bond. It creates, you when you are not feeling too strong, they're also
Okay.
there to help you to make those food for you to eat.
Okay.
And
What
they're happy
skills
to serve.
does a person need to be a great chef? What skills does a person need to be a great chef?
Okay, some of the skills are one, interest. The person should have interest in it first, because it goes a long way, in encouraging the person to do more. If probably in cooking, it's not easy to be a chef anyway, so it has its own rigors. So interest number one. You still need to also learn, in school, maybe learn all the art of cooking, science of cooking, and all, and then practice them too. So the person to go to university to learn all of this, practice them, big interest, practice reading books too. Even videos, YouTube can also teach, be one of the ways of learning how to be a chef.
All
So
right, we have
those are
come
the
to the end of the speaking test. And if we have come to the end of the speaking test, right?